Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Zoom session of Q&A session. Now we have with us the director of Sthalpuran, Mr. Akshay Indikar, whose film is in the international competition section. And we have with us Mr. Sunny Joseph, renowned cinematographer, filmmaker, and academic, who will be in interaction with Akshay Indikar. Akshay is a filmmaker from Pune. This particular film, Sthalpuran, was premiered at Berlinale last year, and his first film, Trijya, Radius, went to several film festivals, including the Black Nights at Tallinn. And Akshay is also like not a new face to IFFK. His films have been shown at IDSFFK and other platforms of Kerala State Chalachitra Academy before. Warm welcome to Akshay Indikar and warm welcome to Mr. Sunny Joseph, who's like a family member of the Kerala State Chalachitra Academy. He, as a cinematographer, was an indispensable part of the parallel film movement, the new wave Indian film movement, right from the mid 80s till now. He's also the academic in charge of the renowned K.R. Narayanan Film Institute in Kottayam, and he's also a member of Chalachitra Academy's Executive Council. Sunny sir, a warm welcome to you.
Yes.
And please have a great session, Akshay and Sunny sir.
So, actually, a very warm welcome to you for the 25th edition of IFFK. It's a special moment, and I was very happy to see your film in the selection screenings. And from the time I saw, few shots in the very beginning, started getting interested. Who's this director? And then, of course, for our conversation, I have been looking at your background and all. And the very first thing which struck me was one very common beginning for us. I also wanted to be a magician, then like you. And I read that you wanted to be a magician.
Yes.
And then, so anyway, movies are also big magic. So let us start with that kind of a happy note. And I would just quote a dialogue from your film when Bigu is saying in his diary writings. He once says that road to the school is more beautiful than the school. I thought that is the anchoring point of your film. In a way, it reflects the whole philosophical attitude of the maker. And the film also, in a way, is fully reminding you of all journeys. So I would like to have your comments on my observation.
Yes. Yeah, school's road is more beautiful than the school. It was actually the we can say starting point or a takeoff point for this film, and we have tried to culminate the childhood memories and how a child looks to the world and how he responds and how he grows through the experiences. So when we say that we are we are we are leaving our childhood childhood part, so we are experiencing several things like surrounding around us, nature, sounds of nature, different spaces, relationships, and he is like feeling the absence of his father. So. In a way, Chronicle of Space started with the line that school's road is more beautiful than the school. So it started by that line. I can't hear.
You have also in one of your interviews said that you were not happy with the films which you were seeing, and then in an interview in Berlin, I think you said that tradition is in one way it is inspirational, it helps you, but in another way it can also kill you. So can you explain that?
I was talking about the current state of Marathi cinema and the cinema through which I've grown up, and the cinema which I saw in my childhood, and while I was studying filmmaking also. And about tradition, you have to be always unsatisfied, otherwise you cannot make a new work. Like as a student of cinema also, or as a normal viewer also, as a literate viewer, you have to be unsatisfied through your own cinematic tradition. And in a way, I was like, I've used that quote, uh, if you say that our history is better, but we have to try to make it more better. So the way cinematically stories being told, that that storytelling part was not satisfactory for me. So like, there are a number of possibilities in medium of cinema that has not been discovered by Marathi cinema, or mainstream Marathi cinema, we can say. So we were trying to, like, look at the world in a with a new perspective, or with a fresh eye, rather than relying on too much dramatic or a melodramatic aspect of cinema. So yeah, it was in that sense.
Yeah, that is, of course, you have uniquely, developed your own style. And again, I have learned that you have been kind of inspired by, great filmmakers like Ozu and Tarkovsky. And when I look at the imageries, the images and the, especially with the Digu, wandering around the nature, I could see certain kind of reflections which would, bring to our mind uh, some of the films, Tarkovsky's or Osu's. And I am saying it in a very positive way. And yes, because I have been always talking about one thing, tyranny of perspective, and I could see that even in your cinema, you are trying to kind of uh, take away that tyranny and make the images more simpler, and making the characters and the nature as one. So this is something which I have observed in Osu's films. And I would like to know, was there a conscious, idea of developing these, image constructions?
I always believe that like cinema is about all universe. It is not about human beings. And all arts, I believe that all arts are about nature, about birds, animals, and water and rivers, and then human being also. So human being is one of the part of our whole universe. So I don't like this idea of homocentric or human-centric approach for cinema. Cinema is not about human beings. Cinema is about surrounding also. Cinema is about spaces also. Cinema is about sound also. Cinema is about birds, folk tales, yaksha, and all the mythological things also. In our childhood days, I'm from nomadic family. and we used to sing like our ancestral grandfather and all. They used to sing Gondhal, we call it Gondhal. Gondhal is a whole night folk songs for goddess. So in that folk songs, they used to mention about trees, about yaksha, kinnara, and gods and birds, and so they culminate all the things in the universe in a very organic way. So I was trying to find that connection with nature of this character, because he has lived in a city and he now migrated to a village. So he will start look at the city in a very unique perspective, or a fresh eye, or a fresh vision. So it came organically through that point.
And of course, I am also an admirer of minimalism. The concept of minimum, which has been evidently, kind of established in your film, is one of the most beautiful thing about Ozu is this minimalism. I would say the omission of the inessential. What is essential is only placed before you, and through that you get the essence of it. And I was really happy to see your film in that sense also. What is your thoughts on minimalism?
Yeah, as I'm a huge admirer of Ozu, Hosea, and Robert Bresson. Yeah, as Robert Bresson say, to get the fish, empty the pond.
Yes.
So I'm like from starting days of my filmmaking career, and studying, while I was studying, I've always reminded this line, like you have to you don't have you don't need a big sets or huge camera movements or heavy lighting or something. Just a minimalistic approach to cinema, so people could pay more attention to the what you want to say, and say it in a very minimalistic way. And this style came also through the budget constraint also, and the way we want to make this kind of films, then we are not getting too much budget. So we are getting camera, tripod, lenses, and that's it. And you have to find real locations. You have to search for the location for a long time, so you could achieve that what you want to convey. And this need also came from the budget constraint also, practically and honestly, if I want to answer.
You are open enough to of course you in that Berlin interview I listened, you were also talking about budget. Eventually, like you said, the budget doesn't make a film's value. So this was your statement. I am quoting you. And whether it is a big budget or a small budget film, finally the all that you hear and see on the that screen is what matters. In that sense, I really kind of I agree with you, on the importance of budget. But how digital technology, coming back to the production aspect, how the digital technology is helping young filmmakers.
It's like making it democratic process, because digital filmmaking gives permission to make films to each and every corner filmmakers. Like as we say in Maharashtra, Pune and Mumbai was only the center to make films. But a digital technology, digital camera gives you that freedom, gives you that democratic freedom to make your own films with own equipments and own editing setups and own sound devices. So it democratized the whole process. And before digital, it was very difficult to see the camera also. Like you have to be a fourth assistant, third assistant, and then you have to go to Mumbai from, like I've grown up in a small village near Solapur. So from Solapur, I have to go to Mumbai to make films. So this digital technology gave us the freedom to make films in your own villages. So it liberated the thing, I would say.
But in the sense, as a cinematographer, we were originally kind of resisting the developments in digital realm. But obviously, later when the quality has substantially improved, we also embraced the digital technology. And but let me put it in this way. If you think of ease of use, I remember one Aravindan Memorial lecture given by Abbas Kairastami in one of the IFFK. Abbas Kairastami is also one of your favorite filmmaker, I know. And he said, the memorial lecture was on digital technologies used in cinema. So Abbas Kairastami was saying that, there is a, kind of wrong idea. So, people think that it is the use of equipment is very simple. So your filmmaking is also becomes very simple. But he said, no, that is not the point. You need thorough preparation for making a film, even though it is in digital. This is some aspect young filmmakers misses out. So that probably is the only drawback of digital cinema, I think. And they go on shooting endlessly without any preparation. That I think there should be a discipline. What is your opinion?
I think apart from discipline, I think the final product which matters, like in our case, Chronicle of Space, there was a small child who was acting and who was facing camera for the first time. So I cannot to get that realistic environment or his acting or his presence. I have to not give him a tight boundaries about marking and about focus and everything. I was shooting like a documentary approach. So I was not very much particular about what dialogues precisely he has to convey or he has to say. So this digital technology gave me that freedom to explore various possibilities. Like in a film, there was one scene where his grandfather is teaching clock to him. So we got freedom to shoot it like almost 30 minutes or something. So I'm like thankful to this digital technology, and ultimately I feel that end product, which is like final film, a finished product, which matters for me rather than the like how much you shot on and how ratio and apart from that. And ultimately cinematic language is about audio and visual, like, so it is not about like on which camera you make.
Coming back to the performances and remarkably well performed by all the artists, and in that point I would also like to ask you how much improvisations you did. Was it strict to what was written in the script, or I remember one scene where the old man, seemingly a little mad man, and when he's sitting in the bridge, and the young boy is passing through, and they wave at each other. I thought that was a very beautiful moment. And was it written or because I see the rain, all that, and when coming to rain also, I have I could resonate with it because I was remembering my film Piravi, and a lot of times I was thinking about shooting that film. Tell me about this improvisation.
It was mixture of both the things. It was few things were written and few things were improvised, and few things were decided while searching the locations. While searching the location, we were trying to I was not telling too much things to actors.
Okay.
Yeah, because that boy used to get confused about, and he used to think about story. If I tell him about the situation, so I was just like telling him about that situation, that you are here, and he never knew the complete story, because his personal association was also like the protagonist, his mother, and like he is living separately. So I don't want to like emotionally give burden to that child also. So I was not telling the whole story. I was just telling that this is the situation. You're just roaming while leaving the school. So and so I was just telling the situations, and it was a mixture of improvisation and written script or written notes. It was like a loose framework, I can say.
Okay. And only once I thought, one scene, if I deciphered it correctly, in one of the scene, Bigu is sitting on the step in the school. First, he sharpened the pencil, and then he breaks the point. That seemed to be little violent, considering all that serenity surrounding the film. So was it improvised one or a definite statement?
It was written that he'll do some kind of anger act, or like reaction to the surrounding. Otherwise, it would have become too sweetness. So he's not happy with the situation currently he's facing, and he's trying to escape through his own reality, and that's why he is imagining the characters, and he's trying to build a imaginary world. So it was a pre-decided to explore his anger.
And that no, even there you were, I must refer to your mise en scene in the film, because you are completely rejecting the Hollywood short reverse shot kind of a system, and there is a very it's passionate yet detached, and almost a Buddhist kind of observation of life. Obviously, there is that folk performance where the the child, uh, the child asked the parents, what is the reason for all these miseries? So that is the same question Bigo is also asking. At one point, Bigo is saying that I cannot remember the father's face, but I'm sure that father will recognize me. That put me into look about the film into a deeper level of the soul. Probably, it's a kind of different search. And I read or heard that you also discussed about Advaita. So, can you shed some light on this philosophical aspect of the film?
Yeah, from childhood we have always grown listening Abhangas of Tukaram and Sant Gyaneshwar, who was a We have a great tradition of this mystic poet, and who used to worship Lord Vithala. And this tradition helped us to understand all philosophical aspects of life in a very native language, rather than reading philosophical textbooks. Through their abhangas, they have always tried to convince philosophical concepts like Advaita or Chidvilas Vad. We say, like we are all universe. We say all universe is connected, and all water in the universe is connected. And ultimately, this realization Digu finds that Father is not present physically with me now, but he is somewhere around me, and I'm connected with him. So that the real connection with his Father he finds is ultimately what is Advaita. That duality ends where.
And
yeah, continue, please.
And in fact, I agree with you, Akshay, that the cinema's one of the important role is to show us the interconnectedness of universe, and your film succeeds in that. And like a river of time, we are travelers in that river. And though you only say Sthalpuran, it is also about space-time cannot be divided. So it is also about time. And your film is a beautiful evocation of all interconnectedness. And this was a great interaction with you, and I am happy about it. Hope to see you, in the festival. And
And Piravi is like one of my favorite films, and I'm just happy that I am interacting with you on cinema. It's a great honor for me also.
Thank you, Akshay. It is a
Very
great privilege.
forward to meet person to the festival also.
Thank you. See you soon.
Yes. Thank you,
And
sir.
all the best wishes for success of your film.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.